But before we wrap up, I wanted to talk about media. My ex-husband co-founded Google and actually retired. And I have to say that your representation of James Damore was very interesting, because I will say that my ex-husband is probably more like James Damore than he is in terms of a representation of this kind of ultra woke culture that's now there.
He's a character like so many in the Silicon Valley of 2017. Intelligent man from the Midwest who came to this job, dropped out of a PhD program at Harvard to take this well-paid programmer job in his 20s, and was very bright, was upwardly mobile in the company, and to get to the next level in the company, like every company in Silicon Valley, he had to go through the diversity training. And the diversity training is a euphemism for the re-education in the checking of the boxes. And in that course of that, he, like many white males, suddenly realized he's the enemy in that calculus. He's the lowest person on the totem pole. There's no way in his lifetime he's going to be able to climb out of that hole. And so he said, well, this doesn't seem fair. Maybe we should consider, ideological diversity.
Well, I have it. I have it here. So I had actually never read Google's ideological echo chamber. I had never read it because I just assumed it was full of hate.
Right.
That's how the media described it.
That's how the media portrayed him.
The media described him as this, white supremacist who hates women and wrote a manifesto against women. He's just laying it out. He's like, just think about it differently.
Yeah.
So that you don't create a psychologically adverse place for non-minorities.
Right.
And
well, that was the wrong thing to say at Google. So.
Well, hey, but I really encourage people to actually read this document.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not like the perfect PC document, but it's damn close to being pretty PC.
Affinity groups for everything, and you could engage in that, but you couldn't engage in this. This was wrong thing. You couldn't say maybe we should reorganize the way that we think and include different viewpoints. He's not a conservative by any stretch of the imagination.
No, his girlfriend is a feminist data scientist.
It was a conservative lawyer who stepped up for him. See, because there was no liberal lawyer in California, no labor lawyer who was willing to defend James Damore. I mean, so the call went out amongst conservative groups. This guy got fired for no good reason. Can we help him? And I was literally the only plaintiff's conservative employment lawyer in the Northern California and willing to take that risk. So I did. And I'm really proud of the work that we did there because we highlighted the absurdity of, and Google is not unique. The same was happening at multiple tech companies. It's happening probably today, for all I know. I mean, tech has left California. A lot of those workers don't live here, and they don't have to put up with California's labor laws. But the groupthink, and it was incredible. So I'm really proud of that work that we did, and we've helped some other people like that. And so, but I couldn't have done that at a big law firm. It had to be a boutique to be able to do that, where I was able to take the risk. And over the years, every time I take a controversial client on, someone will call me and say, I can't. Give me back my retainer. That's okay, People don't understand
propaganda.
People don't understand the extent to which America has a state media narrative. We have a Pravda. We had the government telling all the social media companies what Americans could see. That affected the outcome of elections, many elections, not just the 2020 election. It affects today. I mean, I say we used to have the military-industrial complex when I was growing up. That was the most powerful big bad bear out there. Today, it's Big Pharma. Big Pharma is absolutely controlling media, controlling corporations, controlling what you see on every television network. And people don't understand how that's affecting their lives. Why is every doctor prescribing statins to everybody above a certain age? Maybe we should ask questions about that, and there are very few doctors who are willing to stand up and challenge that because they lose their jobs. They get deplatformed.